Hi everybody, TJ Mac Vintage Cards here, and today I'm doing a profile at the request of JK Johnny. I'll put a link down to his channel below. He's got a fun channel, does hockey cards, profiles some of the vintage greats, and opens up some modern packs. I think he does Pokemon too, but I really enjoy his videos. Him and his brother are both young men, and they just do a really good job researching and sharing their passion for cards. So I'm going to put a link again down to his channel below. And I think most are subscribers to him, but if you're not, you just might want to check him out and support him. It's nice to support the young people within the hobby. So he'd asked I do this profile. So this is my Bobby Orr base card run from 1968 to 78. I don't have his rookie or his second year. And I have all Topps issues with the exception of the 78, which is an OPC because that's all they made that year. And the cards look the same from Topps to OPC with the exception of the 73. And the only difference on the 73 is this one is a green border. The 73 Topps has a red border, or OPC, I'm sorry, has a red border. So I don't really need to get that. I don't care about that kind of stuff. I just want examples of all the cards I can get of his. From his playing days, just the regular issues. I don't worry about the trophy cards and the all-star cards and all that, because this is what I display when I put them in my card room. So Bobby Orr is my favorite player in hockey all time, by far. I just am a huge fan of his. I never saw him play, but I don't need to see him play in person or when he actually played to understand his greatness. Big-time historian of the sport. I watch lots of videos on these players. And just like real history, I didn't need to see George Washington be a general to know he was a great general, or Abraham Lincoln to be president to know he was a great president. That's what we have books for. And fortunately, with a guy like Bobby Orr, there's a lot of footage of his time playing. So I could probably watch more of him playing than probably almost anybody other than people that lived in Boston during the time he played. So that's one of the benefits of this modern era we live in. We can just go on YouTube and watch all kinds of videos and documentaries. And from what I've seen of him when he played, there was nobody like him. He was the greatest talent that ever hit the ice. Doesn't mean he had the greatest career. Unfortunately, with Bobby Orr, his last great season was in when he was 26 years old. So he was done by the time he was 30, but he really only had probably about 7 or 8 great seasons before he got his knee injuries. Just became too much for him to play. He was really the perfect hockey player, with the exception that he had a really bad left knee. He played very hard, so he took a lot of hits. He held the puck a tremendously long time during the games, in most games, because he was by far the best skater and puck handler on the ice. He was an end-to-end presence when he played. I mean, you can watch a video of him, and he could go around 3 guys with no problem if you watch the videos of him. He was just a tremendously gifted skater, was an outstanding puck handler. Phil Esposito tells a story when they were playing the Oakland Seals, and they would put Bobby Orr on the penalty kill all the time, and he would just handle the puck, and he would just skate around and play basically keep away. And there was one game, they were again playing the Oakland Seals, and he was skating, and he dropped his glove. And he just continues to skate. He goes down the right side, swings around the backboards, comes up around the other side, circles around the other net, and then comes down. He picks up his glove, and then he's continuing to skate. And Phil Esposito says it seems like it's about a minute 20 seconds, and then Bobby Orr goes in and scores a shorthanded goal. That's just the talent this guy had. Really outstanding player to watch, and again, there was nobody like him. Philadelphia Flyers Hall of Famer Bobby Clark said he never saw anybody beat Bobby Orr one-on-one. And as gifted as he was offensively, and I'll just tell you that real quick, before Bobby Orr, the all-time best season from a defenseman was 59 points. Bobby Orr in 1970-71 scored 139 points. Look at that disparity. I mean, that just tells you how dominating he was. And he didn't do that at the expense of his defense. He won 8 straight Norris trophies as best defenseman in hockey. He was so gifted, as like I said, as a skater, that he would come down on the rush, pass the puck. He had a great slap shot. He could score on the slap shot, and then he could also get back and defend the best players that he was playing against that night. So it just, again, shows you what kind of complete player he was. And that's why I rate him as the greatest talent ever, because, again, for him to play the defense he played, I would argue there's nobody that could play the defense that Bobby Orr could play and then still have that offensive prowess that he had. Nobody in history. And I still think probably over the longevity, I would put Gordie Howe maybe as the greatest ever. Certainly Wayne Gretzky would be up there just because of his offensive prowess. But a guy like Orr, what I like about him is when he came into the league, it was still a tough guy's game, and he could fight, and he had to fight to prove himself, much like I've talked about John Beliveau having to do as well, is that they would see these guys come in with this great talent, and they would test them back in those days right off the bat, and you didn't have the enforcers. Bobby Orr would have to go out there and fight his way up to the toughest guy to prove himself, and he did. And I saw a video where Gordie Howe was talking, and Gordie Howe hit him in the back in one game, and Orr just took it. And Gordie Howe said, I just had the utmost respect for him after that. He said he was just a guy that never complained, very humble person, hated to lose though. He was not a nightlife guy. He would oftentimes stay in his room. He was just so shy, or he'd pick up his teammates at the bar, from what I understand. And just one of these guys that I just have so much admiration for. I'm so thrilled to do this video. And in his career, he retired again at the age of 30 in 1978. He won 3 MVPs, 8 Norris trophies as best defenseman. And again, he had a 139-point season in 1970-71. He had a plus-minus 1 year in that year, I think it was 70-71, of 124, which is an NHL record, meaning his teammates scored, or him, scored 127 or 24 more goals on the ice than what was allowed when he was in the game. So that is just so impressive. And if you look at those stats, you can see that really does stand out. And there's other players that have gotten around that, but like Larry Robinson, for example. But Bobby Orr, again, when you look at his offensive numbers coupled with his defense, it really is just an amazing statistic when you think about it. He finished his career with 888 points in 631 games. So as a defenseman, he was well over a point a game player, which is, again, just phenomenal. And now I'll just kind of go through and show off some of these cards. This is his 68 Topps third-year card. It's a grade 6. There's the back of it. Just a wonderful example of this card. And most of these I picked up a while ago, with the exception of the 1970-71. That's a very recent pickup. That's a 69 Topps in grade 7. And in these cards, you get stamps in the packs, and then you'd affix the stamp on the back of the card. Thankfully, they did not do it to this one. And you can see here he's still got the crew cut. And then here he's a little more mature here. He'll let his hair grow out some. And here's his 1970 Topps. This is a very recent pickup. I did have a PSA 7 that I bought. It came to me with the case all cracked. I was so disappointed, but I found this one and it more than made up for it. This is just a gorgeous example of this card. Great color on it. Full body shot, which I like. And then there's the back of it. Nice green back there. And going down, I've shown this one many times. This is a 71 Topps, my favorite of his. And the 72, I've done a profile on this card before. And these are, as you can see, the 68's a grade 6, but the rest are grade 7s or grade 8s. That's where I wanted to be with this collection. And this is the 73 Topps. And this year, the All-Star cards were the regular issued card in the set. Some year they have a separate All-Star and then a separate card of his. In 73, they combined them. You can see the shield around him with the image inside. Real nice card. I'm going to profile this set pretty soon. I got the key cards from this set. And there's the back. And 74, another nice issue. A lot of these look like they're taken in hallways, the 74 set cards. There's the back. I like this, Mr. Everything. He is definitely Mr. Everything, and he was the biggest gate attraction. They said that when he got traded to the Blackhawks, season ticket holders went from 13,000 down to 5,000. He was just beloved. And then here's his 75 Topps. I like this issue. My brother had a lot of these as a kid. I don't remember him having Bobby Orr, though. He had a lot of other players from this set. One of those sets I always liked. Just a nice image. And then here's his first Blackhawks card in '76. Here's the back. And here he is, destined to be one of hockey's all-time greatest performers. No doubt about that. And there's his 8 times winning the Norris Trophy, it says. And then he got this 77 tops with the Blackhawks. You can see here his last great year was 74-75 when he had 135 points that year, 46 goals. His second highest point season, so remarkable. And then here's a collector's edition card. I believe this was from the Canada Cup in '76. And he was playing on one knee in the Canada Cup that year, and he was playing with other NHL stars. And I remember Bobby Clarke also saying he was the best player on the ice, even on one knee. And I don't think it's exaggeration. I mean, you got to watch a video on him if you haven't. And there's just so much of it out there to watch. There's the number 4 emblazoned on the back of the card, which is really cool. So that's it. That's the Bobby Orr 68-78 run. And I really do appreciate everybody watching. And again, check out JK Johnny, and have a great day.